I feel like, in a sense, that the world has been improving in many ways in terms of sanity or, ethics and spirituality in general, because we had a lot more wars before, we had a lot more racism back then, and I think it's slowly improving over time. But now I feel that there's this sense of nihilism. There's a sense that people don't really care anymore, and they just accept it as the way it is, and it's also kind of like mocking it almost. And that's why I really worry about the future of our world, because with this nihilism in place, there's no way to like say, well, let's get our sanity back and drive this to a better place. People almost kind of said, they're just kind of giving up on it. So why do you think we kind of entered in this space? Because this is a really, critical moment that we can't fall into this nihilism completely, because then there's no way back anymore.
Well, people are burnt out. They're tired of, they're tired of looking at the media. The media just says, if it bleeds, it leads, and it just continues to shed, news about blood and murder and violence. And people are being hypnotized and molded over the centuries with this conditioning, which is specially planned, I believe, to hold the people in fear. And then once you have people in fear, it's very easy to divide and conquer, and that's exactly what's happening. There's people behind the scenes that control what's going on, and of course, the younger generation, they detach. They get into video games, into drugs, alcohol, whatever, just to detach their minds. I also agree with you, Takatoshi, that there has been a change for the better, and there's two aspects of that which I want to tell your listeners about. First of all, whether you believe in astrology or not, it doesn't really matter, but the Mayan calendar, we're still influenced by the planets. The Mayan calendar finished in 2012, and at that time people thought it was going to be the end of the world. Actually, it was the beginning of something great. People have talking about the Great Reset or the Great Change, and one aspect of that is that we're now astrologically in what's called the Aquarian age, and astrologically the planets are pushing mankind to raise his vibrations, to be of service to each other, and we've seen that happening, and that's one aspect of what's going on with the Aquarian age. Another aspect, which the media doesn't talk about, is the fact that this planet of ours, the indigenous tribes have known for centuries that this planet is not just a piece of rock; it's actually a beautiful cosmic goddess, which we refer to as the Mother Earth, and she's being asked by higher forces to raise her vibrations. So her vibrations are also raising every year. She's releasing energies, and that's actually affecting the climate change. It's not, don't believe that climate change is a result of carbon emissions. That's just a small part of it. But the ice caps melting and the change in the weather is a result of the ionosphere slowly being diminished, which is increasing the ultraviolet rays and the cosmic rays coming to Earth, which is beneficial for Earth. And that's also another reason why we need to raise our vibrations, is to conform with her and the astrological influence of the Aquarian age.